Alright, hello. Welcome back everybody to the stream. I am just gonna make sure that the audio is working properly as usual. Real quick here. It's kinda sounding okay, I think. I don't know, it sounds, honestly, it kind of sounds a little quiet. The game sounds a little quiet. Let me just look into this a little bit more. Yeah, I might turn up the audio on this for you guys, hopefully. Let's see, turn that up. 14.7. Okay, that's a little too... $14 might be good. Let's see, where is my voice at here? Sorry, I'm kind of noticing that it's just a tad bit too quiet here. Alright, that should be good, hopefully. But yeah, anyways, welcome back everybody to the stream. As you can see, we're back to play some Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I'm probably gonna turn on my AC here in a bit, and it might affect the background audio a little bit, but it is way too hot here. So I'm gonna leave it off for just a little bit. And then, after that, I'm turning it back on. But yeah, anyways, this is Majora's Mask. Oh, a second cutscene, that's cool. Interesting. So if you wait for the second one, or if you wait for... Oh, that's cool. Anyways, yeah, this is Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This is my favorite Zelda game ever made. I can't really put into words just how phenomenal this game is, especially with, like, how little time they had to create this thing. It's obviously a sequel, kind of. I shouldn't even call it a sequel, honestly, but... It uses the same assets from Ocarina of Time, and I think the team that developed this had a little under a year to create the whole thing, which is honestly pretty remarkable with what they were able to pull off. It might not seem like a lot now, but at the time, something like this was insane to do. I'm gonna keep talking while this cutscene plays, because I like seeing the second cutscene, but yeah, this is I would say arguably this is my first real, like, introduction into a dark fantasy game. This is, in my opinion, I think this is the darkest Zelda game they've ever created, and it's not even close. Like, they're never coming back to something like this again. And the day that they do, I still don't think it'll match up to how well this game was. I played this a lot as a kid, and it gave me a lot of nightmares, but obviously, like, there's surface level shit, like there's this gigantic moon, And you've got the mask of Majora itself is just kind of creepy. But yeah, let's just get started. We're gonna do Link, just a classic Link. But yeah, this game has a lot of very, like, in-your-face type of stuff that's kind of creepy. But it has a lot of underlying themes that are just... Some of them went over my head as a kid, but it is a very, like, you can definitely pick up what they're trying to put down with this game. In a lot of instances, it's just a very dreadful game for the most part. You have a lot of anxiety playing it. That's a reason why a lot of people don't like this game with the whole time mechanic. But everything that they did with this game was phenomenal and really pulled me in as a kid. The fact that I can't, I don't know. There's not one single thing that I can pinpoint in this game that is like, oh, this is why I like it the most. Everything from the fact that you get different masks to play around with, to possibly, like, potentially transform into, to, you know, the setting that this game is in, the atmosphere, the NPCs, they're all on different set schedules. Like, different things happen at different times in this game, depending on when you decide to go and interact with NPCs. It's just... It's phenomenal. In my opinion, this is just peak. There just has not been a Zelda game that has really come close to the feeling that I've had playing this game. Anyways, we've got Skull Kid back from the original game. The reason why Link is here is because if you guys are watching my previous... uh-oh, Mick. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Nope. Not right now. I forgot to put my big water jug over here to keep you away. The reason why Link is here is if you were watching my previous stream on Ocarina of Time, Navi left at the end of the game. So he's here searching around trying to find Navi. We've got the Skull Kid from the Lost Woods, but he's wearing a mask. I am starting this a little early. Normally I'm streaming around like 10 or 11, so unfortunately some of my audience will be missing out on this, but that is why I re-uploaded as a video. You want to go out again, Mick? I just let you out of the room. Okay, you guys enjoy listening to Skull Kid play on the flute. Also, I like the graphics too. Like, obviously they're the same or similar to Ocarina of Time, but everything that they did right in that game, they just kind of worked on even more in this game. There's a little bit of redesign to Link. And his sword, his shield, I don't know, it's just... This game's great. And I also like how, like, the Skull Kid, or Majora, I guess more so, don't know, they're kind of mixed together right now. He's kind of got this little playful attitude, and as the days progress, and as the game progresses, Majora, or Skull Kid, or whatever you really want to call it, kind of progresses from being this playful, like, just kind of fucking with you type of thing going on to more demonic. Is also really, I don't know, again, I'm gonna glaze the hell out of this game, so if there's a lot of people that watch this that are like, you know, you dislike Majora's Mask, unfortunately, I cannot relate. This is my favorite Zelda game. Anyways, we got a chat on YouTube, it looks like, from Fatal Waffle. Hi, I just subscribed to you. Thank you for the subscribe, man. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. Hopefully I stream long enough that I can get my regular audience in here, because I always like to bring this game to people. There's a lot of people that slightly know about this game and have never played it, but there's even more people who have no idea what this game is. I feel like they're really missing out. So yeah, Majora / Skull Kid took our horse. Sonic got his own version of Majora's Mask called Sonic Forces. Interesting. That's another series I gotta play. I gotta play Sonic Adventure eventually, or stream it. Alright, so yeah, it doesn't take us very long to get turned into a Deku Scrub, which is what we're gonna be stuck as for a little bit. Gosh, I don't know. I don't even know where to begin with this game. I'm glad to be playing it, though. I figured I had to play this game. I'm playing Dark Souls games, and, you know, I just got done playing Ocarina of Time, so... I do kind of wish, you know, with the ROM hacks that I was playing earlier this year, or I guess last year technically, I do kind of wish there was a bit more ROM hacks for Majora's Mask. where you can get like maybe people ROM hack it to get more masks to turn into different creatures and stuff like that. Let's see. And Zero/Infinite the Jackal introduced in Sonic Forces as Sonic's version of Skull Kid. Oh, it's pretty cool. I was not aware of that. There are Deku nuts over there. I guess I might as well go grab them. They're not really required. You could just skip going this way and go to the right. I think it's Deku nuts if I remember. Or Deku nuts, whatever they're pronounced. Yeah. So yeah, cool little thing that I didn't really pick up on until multiple playthroughs is, and this is kind of introduced later on in the game, but every creature that you're turned into in this game is based off of a dead soul, or a dying... You're basically taking the dead version of whatever creature you found and putting the mask on and turning into it. And you're essentially like becoming them somewhat. You're still Link, but you're also turned into the creature that died. This is a creature that died. I didn't really realize this until, like I said, a couple playthroughs in, but yeah. Essentially, Skull Kid just killed this creature, or maybe it's been dead for an unknown amount of time before you arrived here, but it died somewhere, sometime, and you got turned into it. And we will meet somebody later on that kind of references how they had a son, and that is his son. Also, similar to Ocarina of Time, we got that winding hallway. I would say if it's your first playthrough, maybe take a little bit of time to get used to the controls in here, because, well, once you go into this next area, you are on a time limit, and you will be for pretty much the rest of the game. Aside from very, very small instances. And there he is. We got the Happy Mask Salesman from Ocarina of Time. I've seen someone 100% this game taking no damage. I could believe it. I've seen some pretty crazy playthroughs of like Dark Souls and Zelda games. I could 100% believe that. I own the Happy Mask shop. I didn't really mess around with this guy too much in my stream of Ocarina of Time a few days ago, but his side quests in that game are pretty fun. This guy's also really fucking creepy. At least in this game. He was kind of a creep in Ocarina of Time, but he's really weird in this one. So yeah. Pretty much the only goal you have right now to go on is what he just said, and there you go, dawn of the first day, 72 hours remain. This is essentially, yeah, this is pretty much the start. This is where the time starts ticking down. But yeah, as a kid, I didn't really read that first part, and I spent a lot of time being very confused in this game. Here's an example right here of a NPC that, you know, uses the time. It's based on the clock. He can be in a completely different area depending on the time. He's also involved in one of the longest side quests in this game. Also, you cannot leave this area for right now. So yeah, start of the game, you are defenseless, you have nothing, and you cannot leave this clock town, which is essentially like a much more expansive version of Hyrule Castle from Ocarina of Time. Also, this dog is just gonna chase me down. There is kind of a glitch, though. I'm not, like, again, I'm not gonna do glitches. I've done it once, though, but you can, like, do this sort of backflip. I don't even remember how it's done. Oh my god, I just did it. Okay, not gonna continue doing that. But, yeah, that is essentially how you skip everything that we're about to do. If you wanted to do that, I would recommend not doing it. Kind of ruins the first fun of the couple-day cycle. But, let me try... I can't believe I did that quickly. Let me try that one more time. Okay, now I'm not going to do it. Just because I had that beginner's luck, it won't let me get it any other try, I bet. One more time. I wasn't even, like, sure how to exactly do that, because it's been such a long time, but... well, I pulled it off really quickly. Anyways, I'm not doing that. Because I am not going to do a glitch playthrough. Anyways, we need to go see the ferry. I really don't know where to start with pointing out things. This is how you essentially save your game. Because unlike Ocarina of Time, you cannot... oh, wait. Oh man, it's on Switch. I gotta turn that to hold. I've gotta turn that to hold, and damn it. This... I can't even reset the game and save my progress up to this point. Okay, well that sucks. I guess this is a good segue to what I was just about to talk about though, but Ocarina of Time allowed you to save from the menu by pausing and clicking B. This game does not allow you to do that because it defeats the purpose of the cycle and all that. In order for you to save, you have to use these owl statues. You can only do that if you hit it with a sword, which we do not have a sword. So essentially you have 3 days from now to figure out how to return back to your normal self. It's not too tricky once you know what to do. But if you fail that, you will lose all your progress and you will start at the beginning once again. Anyways. Have you seen the 4th day glitch? Yeah, I have. I've done that before as a kid on accident. And I found out about it by just getting out of, like, I don't know, as a kid I like to, once I would beat games like this, I would try to find little glitches and stuff in them. And I found that fourth day glitch honestly pretty easily. But it blew my mind when I found out about it. I was like, whoa, what did I just do? But yeah, the fourth day glitch is essentially, I'll kind of show it off to you guys, because in order for you to do it, you would have to do the exact same things that we're doing right now anyways. But essentially the fourth day glitch allows you to get a fourth day indefinitely, which you don't get that by traditional means. There is no fourth day in this game, but the glitch allows you to have you're on day 4, pretty much, and a lot of NPCs are missing, a lot of things, time-based things are gone. It's essentially glitches out the game, but it does allow you to have an infinite amount of time, so if you want to beat like a dungeon or something, you'll be able to do that. Most side quests, though, will not be available. I'm also trying to take my time with this because as of right now, we don't have a way to manipulate time. So if I do everything really quickly, I'm going to be just sitting around, and that's kind of boring. So yeah, great fairies in pieces. We got to go find more fairies. Put her back together again. But yeah, on the topic of fourth day glitch, it was kind of cool. They actually wanted to, I think in the original development for this game, they wanted to have a entire week, but there was 2 reasons why they went with only 3 days. One is because I think just of how expansive that would have been, and how taxing that would have been on the Nintendo 64 system, but I'm sure they could have made it work. The other reason, though, is just due to time constraints. They had only like a year to make this game, which is a pretty short time, honestly. Let's see if I can get in here quickly. So yeah, right now we're kind of, you know, there's a lot of different people we can interact with, but you can't really do any side quests in this state. Most people just treat you like a little child, and yeah, you can't do anything. I guess you're still a child, you're still young, Link, regardless, even when you are a human, but they take you more serious when you're human. Also, I think the, what do you gotta say, Tattle? Hopefully I can do this before it closes. Oh, he's not in here. How much time would they have needed for it to be 7 days? I don't really know. I mean, considering the fact that they created this game in like a year, I'm assuming that they could have made it work, but they probably would have needed maybe another couple months, possibly, to get it working properly, but I don't know, there's a lot. There is so much... Yeah, they're kicking me out, of course. There's so much, like, about this game. So much with the development. It's really amazing how they were able to pull it off. No, I missed the ferry. The one thing, too, I feel like people might not like this game for... Oh! Come on, let me grab it. There we go. Damn, I really gotta change off the switch. I want it to be a hold, not a just a click a button and I'm locked on forever. I want it to be a held, but I can only change that in the game options. Which of course, I'm not gonna do that until I can save. Yeah, anyways, I feel like another reason why people might not like this game is, if you're strictly only playing this game to just, like, I just want to get the mandatory stuff done, I don't want to do any side quests, then the game can be relatively short for you, and kind of bare bones, honestly. I feel like if you go into this game and you don't do any of the side quests, you're not trying to collect really any masks that aren't mandatory, you're really missing out. This game, I think this game shines in its side quests and its story. I am still missing one fairy, which is over this way. I love both the Nintendo 64 and 3DS versions, but the 3DS version is better in my opinion. Yeah, I like both versions. I feel like I slightly prefer this version for a couple reasons. One is same reasons why, like, you know, people were just... I was just talking about this the other day in the Dark Souls 3 stream with some people in chat. Why is the fairy not here? There's supposed to be a fairy here. Maybe it shows up at a different time. But yeah, same reasons. In the 3DS remake, they changed the graphics, obviously, and they objectively look better, they look smoother, they look more high quality, but they also look a little less gritty, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, this game looks dark, it looks gritty, and it looks, you know, it looks like a Nintendo 64 game. Whereas the 3DS looks like a 3DS game. The graphics are a lot better, it's not as gritty, blah blah blah. There's also the fact that they did some really strange changes in the 3DS remake compared to, like, Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time, I don't think really had any changes. Or if they did, they were very minute. Whereas this one is... in the 3DS remake, it kind of changes the entirety of most of the boss fights. Which, you know, it's for better or for worse, I don't know. It's kind of up to each player of how they feel about it. I personally... I mean, I didn't mind it that much when I was playing the 3DS remake, but I definitely noticed that the bosses were changed. And it felt a little strange. But also, it did feel like, I don't know, it's hard to say. It turned the boss fights more into, like, puzzle-based fights, where you have to figure something out, and then all of a sudden, boom, a giant, like, red eyeball is revealed, and you can hit that eyeball to damage the boss. And then it kind of changed, like, the final, the second to last boss into a, I would say, like, the fourth main boss. Kind of turned it into, like, a mini-game. It was interesting, though. But I think I still do slightly prefer the 3DS, or the Nintendo 64 over the 3DS. But, I you know, while I am saying some of the things that some people consider to be flaws of the 3DS remake, one thing I will say is they really, for those of you who were kind of... I don't know, there's a lot of people who did not like the whole time-based stuff in here. Some people thought it was a little tedious. The 3DS remake fixes the amount of, I don't know, tedium that you gotta deal with when it comes to the clock and the time-based system. Anyways, we got magic now, so now we can shoot a bubble. So, what we are going to go do is, of course, we're going to shoot the bubble. Actually, I might not shoot the bubble. I think I might fuck it. I just don't want to lock myself out of this quest if the time changes. Which it will, because it's shortly going to become the second day. Also, another thing about the 3DS remake is what I'm about to do is get a Bomber's Notebook. Well, I guess I won't get it yet, but I will eventually. These guys give you a Bomber's Notebook, which helps you keep track of all the side quests and all that. In the 3DS remake, or in this game, when you do something that's important and you meet somebody, it's like, it gives you a little jingle, and it's like, this person wants this. That, like, you know what I mean? In the 3DS remake, they do the little jingle, and then it stops the game, pauses the game for you, and then fills it in on the notebook, which adds a little bit of extra time. I mean, I'm kind of nitpicking, but still, was slightly annoying. Okay, we got this guy over here. There should be another one in the corner over here. I don't know if I'm gonna beat this before it turns to the second day. Might be cooked. Two left. Ah, yeah, see, this is why I should have waited. It reset my progress for these guys. Okay, I gotta start it all over again. That's okay. That's the other thing I really like about this game, like, the music changes in the Clock Town, especially in the Clock Town. I also haven't even done this yet once, but if you look up in the sky, pretty much no matter wherever you are in this game, you can always look up and you can see this moon. This moon will always slowly come down. But the Clock Town, dude, it's just so awesome. Like, there's literally this build-up through each day of, like, first day it's kind of slower pace, okay. Second day it's like, you know, the music is a little bit faster. It's a little bit more, you know, jumpy. And by the third day, it's like got this almost, like, I don't know, this dreadful hum to it. And then by the final hour of the last day, the music's just like, it's so apocalyptic, man. I love it. Anyways, oh, we got Mimo in the chat. Welcome in, Mimo. Welcome in. I can only speak for myself, but I played Majora's Mask on the Nintendo 64, GameCube, and 3DS, and I personally like the Nintendo 64 best, because that's the classic, in my opinion, much better than the 3DS version. You should write down the code so you don't forget it. I will say, yes, that is something I learned, well, I probably won't forget, but as a kid, I did this whole quest, and then I forgot what the number was, and then I was, like, trying to figure it out, and I'm like, dude, I don't remember what it was. And I had to sit there and watch everybody die, because I couldn't remember the fucking code. So then, anytime after that, when I played this game, I would always write it down on this little whiteboard, because I would play this on my family's computer. It was, I don't think I ever had a physical copy of Majora's Mask, not until recently for the Nintendo 64. But, yeah, there's this little whiteboard, and I would always use it every time I played a new game of Majora's Mask. That was up until I got the GameCube version. But, yeah. OOT 3DS was nice, though, because at least it added in New Game Plus, in a sense. Majora's Mask added nothing, and yeah, those eyeball BS was unnecessary. As to the 3 days, I loved it. Yeah, I liked the 3DS remake of Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask was a little strange. I'm not gonna lie. Granted, though, I will say that if that's the only way you can play it, you should still go for it. You might not get the original experience, but you're still gonna get most of the same experience. I don't know why I popped that again. Alright. Also, another thing too, maybe that's another reason why people don't like this game. This game was really fun to me as a kid because I had a lot of, I had a lot of time to play it. This is one of those Zelda games where you're gonna want to probably have a lot of time to sit down and play it and mess around with it. It's not one of those... I mean, you probably can finish it pretty quickly, but if you want the full experience, you don't want to rush it. You know what I mean? Oh, I wish this kid would just hop in a box. There we go. Now I can get him. There we go. Makes it easy. Alright, there should be one above me. On the roof of the Stockpot Inn. Oh, nice. I Z-targeted, and it just screwed me over. I don't know, this game feels very alive, very lively. Compared to any other Zelda game, this one feels like... I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of hard to describe, but, you know, everybody's on their own schedule, and it feels like you're in a living, real world. Nobody's just standing there waiting statically for you like every other Zelda game. Well, I mean, there is some people, I'm sure. But, for the most part, a lot of the NPCs are on their own schedule, doing their own thing, you know? They're in their own little world. There's a way to get to the clock tower without the Deku flower as Deku... Wait, I'm sorry, I can't read. There's a way to get to the clock tower without the flower as Deku, but it's a bit tricky. Yeah, I was just talking about that. That's so funny. I actually just did that. I was just talking about that a couple minutes ago, and I was like, yeah, I can't believe that I did it, but I did it on my second try. And, yeah, I refuse to use that method, though, because I want to play this authentically without glitches, but I did show it off. Surprisingly, I was able to pull it off, and you know, it's been years since I've done that glitch, but there's another really cool glitch in this game that allows you to play as Fierce Deity outside of bosses. Alright. This is not a code that you want to forget. This is very important. If you forget this, you pretty much have to wait for the next cycle, as far as I remember. Anyways, 42-31-5. 42-31-5. Awesome. 42-31-5. We're just gonna run over here immediately so that I don't forget that, because that is the last thing I need to do right now. 42-31-5. 42-31-5. Especially with retro achievements, 6-day challenge was fun. Beating the game in the first cycle, you become Link again. And getting Epona was a bitch. It took me nearly 6 hours to get it done. Small room for error. Also, 72 hours make a lot more sense than, say, 7 days. Yeah, that's another thing. I was kind of mentioning how they were planning to do 1 week cycle in the original, well, they were developing this game, but honestly, 3 days I feel like is plenty. It's quite fitting. And it's, you know, I feel like a week would be a little too much. You'd be having to keep track of so much stuff. So, well, you know, it's a bummer that they couldn't do the 1 week cycle. I am perfectly content with 3 days. Do you want tattle? Alright. I am gonna... Actually, I don't really need to pause. Honestly, I can let time flow while I read the chat, honestly. Too bad it's 720p, so I gotta redo it. Did you write it down? But gonna need some help to set up a live stream, but not my cup of tea, so a friend will look into it when he has time. I don't think he did. I did not write it down. What was it, 42.31.5? I don't think I'll ever need it again for now. Not in this cycle. But yeah, I would recommend writing it down. I can always get back in here later, though. Well, I shouldn't say that just yet. I'll be able to get back in here once I'm able to become young Link. Or human again. You can essentially skip the whole Bomber's Hideout thing. I'm gonna stream the redo games like Majora's Mask. Hey. I wouldn't complain. Having to replay this game it's a treat. I mean, here I'm replaying it right now. The last time I played this, if we're counting the 3DS remake, I played the 3DS remake around 2017, 2016, I think. But, the last time I played the original Majora's Mask, if we're not counting the OOT and MM randomizer I did like 10 months ago, gosh, I can't remember. Probably like 2014, maybe? 2013? It's been a minute, that's for sure. I do like how every day too, if you look through this telescope, Skull Kid is always doing something different. The first 2 days he's kind of just messing around with you, but on the 3rd day he's like twitching. It's just really messed up. I don't know, it's cool. I just I'm gonna glaze this game, that's for sure. There's the moon. This is also when we're talking about the hell is that? When there's people talking about the 4th day glitch, this is how you pull it off. In order to do it, you have to wait to literally the last second before the world is going to end, and you're going to quit out. Pretty much, I mean, my first attempt I ever tried doing it, I think was on... Yeah, it was on this, like, well, not this one, but I was emulating the game, and I pulled it off as a kid on my first try, but there are times where where I've messed up, so you have to be very, very attentive. And it also helps too if you play the Song of Time backwards, I believe, because it will slow down the time and you can really time it out. You essentially want to quit out at the last millisecond. And if you do it right, you'll back out and it'll be the 4th day. And there will be no time for you to worry about anymore. But it also kind of does bug out the game quite a bit, so... It's only really useful if you're trying to do a dungeon or something and you don't want... You know, you don't want to have to worry about it. Anyways, moon tier is what we need. We've got that, so onward we go. $42.31.5. Okay, thank you. Write it down, Chad, write it down. What if there is a real-life gemstone or shiny stone called the Moon's Tear, just like the one in this game? I mean, I guess there is a lot of gems out there. I'm sure there's somebody who has made the Moon's Tear out of some sort of gemstone out there and is selling it on Etsy or something. Welcome in, Tree Man Truman. Where is Mick? Mick is outside of my door right now. Well, not sitting outside of it. He's playing around out there. I can hear him playing with his... Well, it's not... Honestly, it's not his toy. It is the dog's toy, but... I guess they share a toy now. I think he misses the dogs. They're not home right now. But he'll see them again pretty soon. Let me see if I can do this again. I don't know how I pulled that off on my second try, and I didn't even really know what I was doing. There we go. That's how you do it, if you wanted to skip it. But regardless, I am going to be up here by doing this. This is how you do it, the normal method. I hate this dog. Anyways, give him the Moon's Tear. And get a land title deed. So essentially what this does is give us the opportunity to get our ocarina back. It also, I mean, we won't really be able to do it in this cycle, but this gives us the land title deed, which is another side quest, little quest line that you can play around with later. I'm gonna grab this heart piece. And now, yeah, there's not much we can do right now. Once you've gotten to this part, though, you're essentially set and ready. So if you've done all this, I would say just go and explore Clock Town for a bit. Alternatively, you can speed up time. Well, we can't do it with our ocarina right now, but there's a scarecrow, which I will probably use in just a second. But the one thing I want to do is put my money in the bank. So yeah, if you have a lot of rupees and you don't want to lose them because every time you reset the cycle you will lose any items that are not key items. Well, you know, I kind of take that back. Some key items you will lose, but I don't really know how to describe it. You lose items that, like, okay, for example, my masks, which I don't have any, but if I had them I will not lose those. Something like a bow and arrow, or an item like that, I will not lose those. But Oh, I will lose all the arrows for my bow. I will lose all the Deku nuts for my nuts. Bombs, I'll lose all those. Etc, etc. Same thing with rupees. If you have a lot of rupees, just go and deposit them in the bank because for whatever time paradox reason, they save in the bank. So that's cool stuff. Anyways, I want to skip time. This is the only way I think I can do that. Talk to the Scarecrow. Jesus. I keep forgetting that it's fucking July, man. These fireworks are scaring the shit out of me. I think they're gunshots. That one did really sound like a gunshot. Okay. Yes, let's dance. Alright, so yeah, that's that for the Scarecrow. But he does kind of allude to the fact that you can manipulate time yourself once you have the Ocarina of Time. Now we're getting tremors from the moon, which I felt like a fucking genius when I found this out as a kid, and then I replayed like the Ocarina of Time backwards. Or the Song of Time, sorry. Played the Song of Time backwards. I was like, dude, this is awesome! I can mess around with time even more. It was, I don't know, it was super cool. Anyways, the moon is quite close now, and it's going to get even closer. If I can just stand still for a little bit. I don't know. This is probably going to be really hard for you guys to see on stream, but this moon is moving ever so slowly. Closer and closer. I always thought that was cool. It's not that noticeable, unless you're really paying attention, but I don't know, if you were to clip this and speed up what I'm showing you right here, right now, you would 100% see it. Anyways. What else can we do? You can give the title deed to the hand and the toilet paper inside Andrew's Inn. Oh yeah. Would be a good use of that. We'll give you a heart piece, and since you cannot use it yet anyways, might as well get it. He's only there at midnight, though. That's true. And a cool cutscene plays here at midnight, so I'm gonna wait till midnight and then try to give it to this hand. Another cool detail is almost everybody has gotten out of town. This guy does not believe that the world is ending, though. Another cool detail is these guards staring at this moon and, like, panicking. Yeah, the moon is quite close now. And we should get a little cutscene here. What I'm gonna do, hold on, I'm gonna save state here because if I don't get back here in time, I do not want to have to redo everything, but I should be able to get in and get out as fast as possible and still make it back on time. I like that it plays Saria's song. Oh yeah, for the Scarecrow, that's pretty cool. I always liked that as well. So yeah, Moon is dangerously close to touching that tower. I have 5 minutes to pull this off before everything goes to shit. And here we got a little ghost hand in the toilet. Oh. This thing really creeped me out as a kid. No, the hand is like paper, please. Oh yeah, I knew what you were talking about right away. It's kind of cool that hand is based off of a popular Japanese horror story, or horror myth, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know why I'm trying to get up there glitch way. I have this flower. I don't know what I'm thinking. If I could get on the flower, there we go. Oh yeah, that moon is moving. I don't know, this whole segment was so cool to me. Really creepy. Really foreboding, I guess. I don't know what to say other than, yeah, that, I mean, I have a lot to say about this game, but I don't know. Cool stuff all around. Yeah, I will say, if you get to this point in the game, if you see this timer, whatever you're doing, fucking do it fast. If you're close to getting to the clock tower, get there as fast as possible. If you're in a dungeon, try to finish it quick. But if you have the Song of Time, play it. Jeez. Man, I'm living like this in real life right now. There's fireworks going on outside of my house. This is very ambient. Yeah, dude, this shit had me fucking freaking out as a kid. I'm like, oh my god! I can't get up here! It's going crazy! The world's gonna end! Everybody's gonna die! Anyways. Just had to get you guys a little bit nervous there for a second. And would you look at that? He's got our ocarina. I don't know if you guys can pick up, if my mic is picking up these fireworks or not, but Damn, that was loud. I also remember having a manga of this game as a kid. They made like a manga, like a comic book series, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool read. A bit. That one I heard good. Rolling on floor laughing, kaboom. You know, I guess it's fitting. It's fitting for the Carnival of Time that is occurring in Majora's Mask here. It's like I'm living it in, what is that, 5D? 4D? Anyways, just shoot him with a bubble. And then he'll drop your ocarina. The amount of times this ocarina gets tossed around in these two games is crazy, and how it still doesn't break. Damn, that's really depressing to think about. For those who know this lore, the lore of this game, I don't really want to spoil it, but this game's been out for like over 20 years. It is heavily implied that the Link in this game dies, either on his way back when he completes his journey in Termina, or on the way here, and all of this is just a like his brain making up memories. But regardless, Link does not see Zelda ever again. But we do see this specific Link in Twilight Princess, just not as the Link you play as, which is really cool. I mean, I guess not cool that he's dead, but the Ocarina of Time is made of time shift stones. They are not fragile. All I know is I had an ocarina growing up as a kid, and my sister broke it very easily on our carpet. I'll never forget that. I'm sorry, I just gotta yab about this real quick, but I remember, I think I was 8 years old. I got a GameCube, and I got an ocarina for my birthday. Very cool birthday present as a kid. And I remember like a month later, I pulled out the ocarina while I was downstairs. I was playing around with it. And then my sister came downstairs. And then I hid my ocarina, or at least I thought I hid it, in a well-hidden spot. And I was playing around, and I went to go back for my ocarina in my little hiding spot. And it was not there. And then I asked my sister, "Where is my ocarina?" And she's like, "I don't know." And then I was like losing my mind. I'm like, did I forget where my hiding spot was? And I went to go look back at it, and I'm like, what the hell? It's not there. And then like I looked in that general area. It was underneath like a rug. That's what it was. Yeah, I hid it underneath a rug. It wasn't like a rug that was laying on the floor. It was like a rolled up rug. And I went to go look next to that rug again. And next to that rug was my ocarina in pieces. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And then I pieced it together, and I'm like, yeah, my sister fucking broke it. And then she eventually admitted, yeah, I broke your ocarina. I don't know, I still to this day don't know how she did that. Maybe she picked it up and like was gonna run away with it and then dropped it or something, and it broke. And then she tried to hide it next to my hiding spot. I don't know. Anyways, oh, gotta play the Song of Time. It's always kind of been a joke in our family, or at least between me and my sister, talking about ocarinas. But anyway, since then I've collected quite a few ocarinas. None of them will break. Hopefully none of them ever break again. Got like 5 of them sitting in my desk. Uh, every year I go to a Renaissance festival, I try to pick up an ocarina because the Renaissance festival closest to me usually has a shop where this person sells ocarinas. Did she apologize for breaking it? I don't think at the time she did. I think like a couple days later she did. I was super upset though. I remember I like was silently crying in my room, like that anger crying. We're like, oof, oof. Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna break her fucking Barbies or something. I was like trying to think like, how can I get her back? Because that was a super cool gift for me as a kid, and of course it was broken. And me being like, oh wait, what am I doing? Me being as young as I was, surprisingly, I was really, really gentle with that thing. I spent so much time taking care of my ocarina, making sure that I never, like, left it out for too long. Like, I put it back in its soft little case, and I only pulled it out. Like, I was not throwing this thing around like crazy. So I was really upset when it broke. Maybe she did apologize for it on the same day. I don't remember. It's been a long time, so my memories on that are kind of hazy. But I do know that she broke it. So yeah, I guess this is another... Get out of here, dog. Another thing that I know a lot of people kind of complain about Majora's Mask being, which I can understand, but that's kind of the point of this game is, you know, you'll progress, you'll do all this progress and you feel good about helping people and solving their problems, but eventually you will have to play the Song of Time and start the cycle over, which essentially erases all of that progress that you did. Granted, you will still get the rewards for most of the side quests, like, pretty much every single time. You'll retain those, but, like, if it's a mask or something like that, not if you get, like, oh, that's 100 rupees or something, or like a, I don't know, if you got a bundle of arrows for a side quest. I don't even think there is a side quest like that, but you know what I'm saying? It's, wow, it's getting really laggy right here for whatever reason. But that's kind of the point of the game. Wow, dude, it is chugging. What is going on? I was not doing this before. My older brother had an ocarina once. He had one once, I mean. Yeah, they're cool, man. I still don't really know how to fully play them, like, properly, like a 12-hole one, but regardless, they're still cool. Why is it chugging, man? I don't understand what's going on. Like, lagging. Yeah, just pull a piano out of your ass, man. That's cool. I don't like the way he's looking at me either with his head turned like 180 degrees. Which one do you use, Project 64 or Parallel? Parallel? I use Project 64, which, you know, isn't terrible, but it's not the greatest either. It also could just be the ROM. There's a chance it could be my CPU as well, but, I mean, this thing runs modern games just fine, but I'm sure with OBS being open, it doesn't help it. I mean, Mupin, my bad. Mupin is something I gotta try that. Muppet. Parallel is a MU core. It could be Project 64, but I've never had too many problems with it. Here and there sometimes, but... Wow, those fireworks are going crazy out there. You managed to play some of the Ocarina songs as it came with a manual of the songs. Yeah, the original Ocarina that I had as a kid was like a 4-hole, I think. I think that's what it's called. That one was easy to play, Ocarina songs, and it also, yeah, it as well, it also came with a manual for me to learn and play songs from Ocarina of Time. I eventually just kind of played by ear and tried to figure out Majora's Mask songs on it. Anyways, we get a really cool song from this guy that helps us for many different things, but primarily masks. Kind of soothe the souls of those who are dying, and then turn them into masks. Part is really creepy as well. Creeped me out as a kid. That is also another thing I really liked as a kid. I don't know, I guess this was like where I really started to realize... I mean, as a kid, you know, you don't really think about time as much, but... I don't know how to. Obviously, it didn't, but this game almost like, you know, that shit you feel when like people talk about midlife crisis. I felt that as a kid through this game, but not entirely like to that extent. But like this little simple thing where this guy's talking about, you know, time is not eternal. You got to make the most of your time. That is like a very good theme for this entire game. And then as a kid, I was like, wow, like that's profound, you know? And as a kid, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna live forever. Like, I don't know, it's like my conscience just decided to grow a little bit more after playing this game. And I'm like, my family's gonna die. I'm going to die. I am a kid and I don't know what to do with this information. Like, what do I do as a fucking... What was I, like 8 years old? Maybe 7? Wow, those fireworks are, going fucking crazy out there. Sounding like a battlefield. But you know, like as a kid, I was just... It was nuts. To have such a... Okay, you know what? Yeah, it looks like they're going crazy with the fireworks. I think I might just mute my mic here for a minute and just play the game. Alright, it sounds like the fireworks are relaxed. They're cooling off a little bit. Anyways, what I was trying to say was, I don't know, that this game is... For it being a kid's game, you can walk away with some pretty profound life advice. Which is what I did as a kid. I was like, damn, you know, like that's... I gotta do something with my life. But I was a kid, so, you know, obviously, what do I do with my life besides go to school? But it did really kind of make me think about life and afterlife and how much time, you know, I have. Which is crazy to think about because that was a very long time ago. And I am quite a bit older now. And it does not make me feel any better thinking about that. Anyways. We are now allowed to leave Clock Town. Link in this game did not die. The hero of Twilight is this Link's descendant. He started a family with Milan. That's when Hero of Twilight Link was born. Wait, what? The hero of Twilight is this Link's descendant. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure in the Hyrule Historia it said this was the one that died. The hero of time is the one that teaches Link in Twilight Princess the attacks and stuff. But then again, it could have just been like a hypothesis in the community and stuff like that, but I don't know. Seems definitely implied. But yeah, we got this cool little cutscene here. Got another chat from Google Dog. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome in, Google Dog. How's it going? Currently playing this on 3DS. That's awesome. It's a good time to be playing Majora's Mask, honestly. It just feels like the right time to play this game. I would like to play the 3DS versions of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask eventually. But, I had to start with the classics first, you know? I just forgot. I need to go hit the owl statue in Clocktown. I forgot to do that. Also, I always kind of thought it was cool. The mask salesman has a Mario mask. Also, I don't know, as a kid, I enjoyed Termina Field a little bit more than Hyrule Field, just based off of how compact everything was, and how... You know, everything just kind of changes depending on which direction you go. Like, obviously this is more wood, that one over there is a bit more, like, beach type of stuff going on. That one's more of, like, a canyon, desert type of vibe, and then across the way we've got, like, a mountainous... you know, like frosty mountain type of thing. Anyways, I need to go back and attack the owl statue and switch my game settings, because I do not like Z targeting being a switch. I want it to be a hold. Well, actually, I should probably read this again to make sure. No. You can save your progress and quit here. When you reselect your file, my face will appear by your file name. This indicates that the next time you reopen your file, you resume playing at this very place and time with your current status. Warning, if you reopen this owl file then reset without saving at an owl statue, you'll lose the progress you've saved here. The next time you open the file, you'll restart at day 1 with the status you had when you last saved using the Song of Time. Okay, so that kind of explains it a little bit more. The two ways of saving in this game are using owl statues, but that's like a temporary save, or I would say like the main best way to save in this game is play the Song of Time. Let's go options, and let's put that to hold. I don't remember having to do this as a kid, though. I always thought it was just on hold right away. But I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's just because my dad probably played these games first, and then I got to play them, and he always changed it to hold, but whatever. Yeah, there's more to the happy mask salesman than meets the eye, which is also why I think this game is inside the sacred realm of OOT. You know, the 7 years? Link learns Song of Storms from the composer here to then beat Majora to travel back and then play the song to the windmill guy, which will then teach it to adult Link outside of the Matrix, Termina Paradox at its finest. That is a good hypothesis as well. It could be too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's cool how much this game kind of it's very confusing, and it's like, you know, when does this actually occur? Or alternatively, another hypothesis is, does this even really occur at all in this world, or is this just, you know, something that was dreamt up? Is this just made up? It's never really happened in the Zelda world at all. I don't know, I like all the hypotheses about this. If you wish to interrupt your adventure game again, speak to me, the one that you have marked to prove your encounter. Alright. Now we can go to the Woodfall Temple. Honestly, we can... Yeah, there's, we could really just get lost in this world right now, or we could continue the main quest. So I'm going to try going for the main quest to start, because I do want to... I want to get the Song of Soaring. Yeah, Happy Mask Salesman only made 3 appearances in Zelda games. There's a third time he pops up? When is the third one that he shows up in? Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and another one, not sure which one. I'm not sure which one you're referring to either. He probably does, but maybe it's a very minute, like, small part of the game. An older game? Maybe, like, I wonder if it's one of the Link's, like, Link's Awakening, or, the Oracle of Seasons or whatever, possibly. I didn't really play much of those as a kid. I guess another cool thing... Two cool things. One is, every time Link turns into that, it is just... It really terrified me as a kid. Because it's like, is he in pain? And why is he in pain? I mean, I guess you can kind of hear it. His bones are like cracking into place and stuff, so that does make sense, but... I don't know. Dark game. But the other cool thing about this game was, since I was playing it on an emulator as a kid, I, didn't have to worry about save files as much because I could just save my game manually through the emulator. But there were times where I didn't do that. And, you know, I would regret it because if I didn't, I don't know. Emulation at that time was not really refined as well as it is now. I mean, I definitely remember I'm pretty sure I was using Project 64 way back when I was a kid playing this. It's come a bit of a ways since then. But in either way, all 3 games he has a mysterious aura about him. Yeah, I think it was the Oracle of Season and Ages, which are basically the same game. Anyway, only in Ocarina and Majora does he appear with masks. But yeah, I think the Happy Mask Salesman is the god of the Zelda universe in the flesh. A bit like Gaunter Odin. That would make sense, yeah. He seems like he's got some sort of powers that he just doesn't let on about. Another cool thing is, depending on what time you decide to come to this area, this witch may or may not be here. Because her sister is missing or whatever, so if you come here during a different time, you might be able to see the witch flying away to go search for her sister. Anyways, we gotta deal with this area. We got a little monkey. Cute little monkey. And of course, the classic Lost Woods theme. Shit, which way did he go? Okay. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's left. Unlike in Ocarina of Time, these witches are actually pretty helpful to us. Alright, so, yeah, we can't help her, but what we can do, now that we've found her, we can go tell her sister about how she is injured. Well, he knows who you are, Link. He knows everything about the royal family, but also seems to know about a long-forgotten tribe from which he took the mask from after they buried it, and vanished for thousands of years, so he must know a lot. But why would he... Yeah, that's honestly... Yeah, facts. Even in the manga, it's like... I wish that they did explain a little bit more about this guy, this happy mask salesman, but I feel like, one, time is long past for that. Nintendo doesn't care about that guy anymore, but two, I think if they explained more, it would actually ruin it, because the reason why that guy is so interesting is because he knows way too much. There's some weird aura, like you said, around him, and the fact that he's so mysterious kind of adds into, like, the vibe of him, you know what I mean? If they explained, like, oh yeah, so he came from here, this is what happened, he's actually this, and this is what he does, like, I don't know, it would probably ruin the vibe from that character. Anyways, talk to the witch. There we go, we got our first bottle. Don't drink this bottle. I think that kind of goes without saying, but... I mean, you can always get this bottle refilled by doing this, and just save it for later, but I don't know. Not really worth it. Better to just grab a fairy, in my opinion. But I guess it helps if you really need something to heal with. But at least for this, while you're doing this quest, don't drink the potion. Can I keep up with this monkey if I'm a Deku? Why would he wear a mask of Mario? Well, Keaton and the Bremen mask and the Frog mask and the Pig mask are also Nintendo characters, namely Star Fox characters, so why not wield the Mario mask too? Happy Mask Salesman is not just god of the Zelda universe, but god of Nintendo. He was also made in Shigeru Miyamoto's image, smile and all included. I can definitely see that, but it definitely... I don't know, it seems creepier in the game than it does in real life, that's for sure. I also like the design of the bottles in this game. Ocarina of Time's bottles just looked weird to me. Like, they were very, like, pointy and, like, I don't know, triangular, hexagonal, whatever you want to call it. But in this game, they definitely, looks like a bottle. Me been watching you. Alright, because obviously we saved her, we get a free ride. You can take pictures if you'd like. Give them to the other guy in that place. I don't really care though. I'm just doing this to get further into the area. Look at that moon. Creepy ass moon. There's also the frogs over there. One of the frogs. Not a big fan of this place, I'm not gonna lie. The music is awesome though. But I don't know. I get very anxious with the whole maze thing. He's also wearing masks of typical Japanese games. Huh. It's pretty cool. Alright. Operation Save Monkey. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of rupees, so hopefully I can grab some from this area. Don't you turn. Nice. Damn it. I went a little too far to the left. Let's try to speedrun. Get my way through here quickly. Oh, here's some rupees. There's a heart piece right there. Give me that. Hopefully that's enough rupees to buy a bean. I'm hoping. Oh, there we go. That's definitely gotta be enough for one bean. Oh, free! Oh, awesome. Let's go. I can't plant them as a Deku. 10 each. First one is free. Okay, good. I'm gonna buy this one over here as well. Oh yeah, that's right. Honestly, why? Yeah, let me just get caught. It'd be quicker for me anyways. I'm gonna save state here because this, I don't want to fall down. I don't want to have to deal with all that. You should stream all night. Can't chill right now. I wish I could stream all night. I'll stream for a little bit longer for sure. I would love to have a night where I'm streaming for like a really long time though. It would be fun. I love this music. Yeah, I really like this music too. It's very catchy. A lot of the songs in Majora's Mask I find myself thinking about years later. Alright, we got the monkey here. I do like how you get different instruments in this game too. Like it's still technically the ocarina, but you get different instruments when you're using it from different races. Time to see the monkey getting cooked. As a kid, I thought this meant the monkey died. I thought the monkey was dead right here. Well, that did not work the way I wanted it to. It was a very useful song. That's why it was one of the first things I wanted to grab in this game. After you become a human. Oh. Okay. That's amazing. Basically one hit now, great. Oh, I'm just gonna die. Nice. Alright. Could continue this area, and we will, but I want to go back town. Back to Clock Town quick. two reasons. One, I want to deposit some rupees in the bank, and two, I also want to get a mask that will help me obtain another mask later on in the game that is quite useful. So this other mask is just kind of goofy at first, but it does really help you for later on in the game. You can get another mask, the bunny hood, which if you played Ocarina of Time will look quite familiar to you. But unlike in Ocarina of Time, you actually move faster with this. When you wear it, of course, but... Sorry if I do not talk much, but am in the working flow. Oh, that's all good. Totally understand. What is this guy? Oh, there he is. I like how this dude's a spaz in both of these games. Actually, I might be able to get this mask right off the bat, which I think I should 100% do that. The road there right now is blocked, but on the third day I should be able to enter that area. Alright, let's go check out the ranch. Hold on, I want to talk to this guard. Let's see if he has anything interesting to say. Oh yeah, here's the music that I was talking about. It's kind of hard to hear right now with all this extra sound in the background. Let me run up here. Maybe to some place that isn't so loud. Okay. These guys are hammering away over here too. There we go. Not only is it fast on the third day, it's also kind of got this foreboding hum in the background. I don't know, it's good. I like it. Anyways, let's go to the ranch. Ooh. I almost forgot, I also need to grab the notebook here. I'll do that really quick. Before I get too ahead of myself. That notebook is very useful. Gotta do this crap again. Gonna use this so I can slow down time a little bit now. Get just a little bit more time here. To squish everything I'd like to do in before the world ends. What the fuck is this? I'm pretty sure you could shoot these kids with a bubble. And, don't you go in that loading zone. No! Alright, there we go. Actually kind of worked out in my favor. Wait, what? Where's the last one? Did I miss one? I got two over there. The one right there. Oh, I think I forgot to grab the one by the tree. In the first area. Oh, you little bastard. Get over here. There we go. Oops. Oh, so it's the same every time. I mean, for every cycle, at least. But it's different for every game file. That's interesting. I always thought it was randomized every single time, no matter what. No, that's the same code from before. I don't know. I also, there's another cool little thing that happens in this area at night involving a robbery. What the hell was the camera doing there? Oh jeez, I just want this heart piece, that's all. I don't know, what the fuck is this camera doing, dude? Is it trying to fuck with me? No? Anyways, yeah, it's just cool. When I was a kid and I had so much time on my hands to just sit around in this lively world and just things happen. I remember the first time I saw a robbery occur here. That was nuts to me. I'm like, oh my god! I found something, like, it was cool, because I didn't really use the internet and guides for the most part on this game. I kind of just figured it out by playing. So, I don't know. Cool stuff. Cool stuff all along. All around, I should say. Quick thing that I'll do here just to show it off. Show off another glitch. I don't think this works on 3DS version. Maybe it does. Either way, if you're Deku Link and you run backwards, you can just squeeze past this guard. If you're trying to get out into the field immediately. And you can't become a human. But regardless, I don't think it really helps. I mean, it might if you can do a couple more glitches, but once you're out here, like... I don't know. It's more so just to, like, come out here for whatever reason. You might be able to use the Deku Flower to get into the Astral Observatory a little bit quicker. I'll watch out for this bird. Still need to upload about 2 videos before Sunday to ensure I didn't slack this week, at least in YouTube's eyes. Yeah, no kidding. I had to... So my Ocarina of Time, my last stream of that game, the final one that I had, it got copyright striked by a random company that thinks that they own the song to an original Nintendo song. So of course I disputed it, which then made it so I could not edit that video and re-upload it as a actual video onto the video tab of YouTube, which that sucks. It like locks me out of doing that until the dispute is settled. So alternatively, I was like, my dumbass, I paid for YouTube Premium for the first time ever because I thought you needed to do that in order to download your own videos, which you do not, by the way. You do not have to do that at all. So immediately regretted that decision, found out that you could just do it for free, downloaded my own video, or my stream, from the video tab, or the YouTube studio, and then I went to re-upload it as a video, and it uploaded really quickly, but then it said it would take time to process. I'm like, alright, whatever. You know, it's like a 2-hour stream, so I figured it would take some time. But it has been saying 4 minutes left before the video is ready to be watched for the past 2 days straight. And it's driving me up the fucking wall. I'm gonna have to reload it or something. I don't know. It's not my internet, I know that. It's just, I don't know, it's stupid. It's very frustrating. I have to, you know, jump through all these fucking loopholes just to get my video, or my stream on the video tab of my channel. Hold on. Before I do this, I need to talk to this guy, I think. This guy's pretty depressed. But we're gonna make him smile before the moon falls. There's another chick. Here, little chick. Time to turn you into a chicken. Oh, we got one more. Like, I'm telling you, man, this game was amazing to play as a kid. It was amazing to, like, make a difference in people's lives before the world just turns into an apocalypse. It was awesome. Anyways, the other cool thing that's actually awesome from this quest is this bunny hood. It's very nice. Now I can travel much faster. But, let's see. Anything else? No. Alright. I did a good chunk of stuff. I think I'm gonna save the game. I think that's another reason why a lot of people dislike this game as well, is because they, like, right now, right, I could go to the Woodfall Temple, and I could try going through it and doing all the puzzles and then beating the boss. Even with the fact that I have the time slowed down, I feel uneasy about that, right? And I feel like a lot of people that, when on their first playthrough, they're just like, oh yeah, let me just run in there. And then when it gets to, like, they realize, holy shit, I'm barely to the boss, and the world's about to end in 5 minutes, then you're freaking out. You're like, oh my god, I don't want to reset time because of all this progress I just made in this dungeon, right? And, you know, I feel like this game rewards you for, you know, taking a step back and preparing to go somewhere, right? But if you lack preparation skills, and this is a very, like, minute preparation skill, by the way. This is very easy to do, just to reset the time to give yourself more time to go into that dungeon. Like, if you lack that kind of, like, hindsight to realize, dude, I probably won't have enough time to do this, I should just reset time so that I can do it with 3 days. You know, and a lot of people complain about that, but honestly, that's kind of your own fault. You know, you receive the consequences of your own actions at that point. Which, I don't know. Like, I was fucking 8 years old playing this game, and if I could figure that out, I'm sure most adults can figure that out. You know what I mean? So I don't fully understand. Like, I understand it, but also I can't really get behind the whole, oh, it's... I don't like this time system. It's too complicated for me. It's very simplistic, honestly, at the end of the day. It's pretty cool, and it was definitely complicated at the time, but it's really not all that bad. Anyways, oh, I already... Yeah. Let me just make a save file here. Save as... Let's do Majora's Mask. There we go. Save and quit playing. And, alright. We've been going for a little over 2 hours now, I think, right? Like 2.5 hours. But, yeah, I think I'm going to call the stream here. Very, very happy to play this game. It was such a profound experience for me as a kid, and genuinely my favorite Zelda game, so... I look forward to playing it quite soon. I'll probably be streaming it pretty soon again, I'm sure. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning on in. Thanks for the likes, the comments, the support. If you're watching on YouTube, check out the Twitch. If you're on Twitch, check out the YouTube. The pop-ups will be in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. And yeah, catch you guys on the next one. Have a good night and have a happy 4th.